So, it's kind of amazing, but I just recorded an entire video, and as soon as I stopped the recording, the sound, Audacity just unexpectedly quit, so I have to do this all over again, but, oh well. Okay, we're going to visit Mary Blaine in the jailhouse, and see whether or not she's a witch. Hi, Mary Blaine. An attractive young woman occupies a cell. Hello. Excuse me. Yes? Tell me about yourself. Are you Mary Blaine? I am. My name's Ben Jordan. I'm a paranormal investigator. A paranormal investigator, you say? That sounds interesting. It has its moments, I guess. So, Mr. Jordan, what brings you all the way from America to our village? To see me in prison and stuff. Well, how can I put this lightly? I'm here to investigate the murder of the McBee children. Oh, I see. And I suppose you're here to question me since I'm in jail for the on accusation of that particular crime. Yes, I am. I figured as much. At least you seem kinder than that other fellow. Oh, let me guess. You mean that Percival Quentin Jones character? Aye, that's the one. I'm sure you know of the rumors going around that the murders were the work of local witches. I.e. you. Indeed, people in town have always thought me to be a bit different. I suppose it's because I spend lots of time out in the woods. Before you ask, no, I am not a witch. I've lived in this village all my life. My parents both died in a car crash when I was 6, so I was raised by my grandmother. She was a bit eccentric, so the townsfolk used to say that she was a witch. Since she raised me, I inherited the same accusations. As a result, I have been falsely imprisoned on purely circumstantial evidence. Of course, the fact that I have no alibi is not helping the case. Aww. Alright, how about you just tell me what happened the day the McBee's children were murdered? As I recall, the night before I went to bed earlier than usual. I suppose I should tell you I suffer from insomnia, and have also been known to sleepwalk. So, in the rare instance that you actually sleep, you tend to find yourself waking up in strange places? Exactly. I got very sleepy, so I decided to take advantage of that fact and get some rest. Next thing I know, I'm woken up by Constable McGee, and he tells me that the children have been murdered. He asked me what I was doing so close to the bodies, and I tried to explain, but he had 2 other villagers with him. Oh my gosh, not villages. They immediately accused me of the crime, and as I couldn't explain my whereabouts, the sheriff had no choice but to lock me up in here. I'm afraid that unless some contrary evidence is found, I'll be headed to the gallows. Not to sound like a jerk or anything, but you seem awfully calm about this. I mean, if I was in your position, I'd be yelling obscenities and pounding on the walls by now. Really? I've never been one to lose my head, Mr. Jordan. I suppose when you've lived your entire life being blamed for other people's problems, you learn to block your emotions. I'm sorry. Oh, don't be. It's not your fault. Well, I'll do my best I can to help you, Mary. I don't believe you killed those children. Just 'cause. That's very kind of you, Mr. Jordan. Mr. Jordan is my father. Call me Ben. All right then, Ben. Oh, we get a point because she called us Ben. So you say this Percy guy was in here earlier, trying to botch my investigation? Yes, and he was quite rude. He asked me what had happened, but didn't let me finish the story. When I told him about the accusations of witchcraft, he became flustered and stormed out. Yeah, I met him this morning at the inn, and he gave me some crap about not getting in his way. He seems to be a hardcore skeptic, investigating this case the old-fashioned way. Well, he won't be getting very far with that attitude he's got. Well, no, not if he's not letting you finish your side of the story, he's not. Can you tell me anything about the village, other than it's perfect? Well, aside from the superstitious townsfolk, the town is very pretty. There's a lovely forest out to the east of town, and Smailhom Tower, though you can't go inside it anymore. How come? Someone locked it years ago and lost the key. There isn't much of interest inside, though, just old books and town records and the like. Oh, and there's a lovely church in town as well, if you haven't seen it yet. Thanks, I'll be sure to check those out. Especially that tower, that sounds kind of interesting if it has books and stuff inside. Where is Constable McGee? I haven't the faintest idea. He just leaves prisoners alone all day? Well, I suppose he doesn't consider me a maximum security risk now, does he? Even though I'm supposedly a witch. I guess not. I'll see you later. Please do come back. It's nice to have someone to talk to. Oh, my pleasure, Mary. The door is locked. Besides, you have no right to release someone else's prisoner without good reason. Oh, Mary. Jeez, Ben, control yourself! What's over here? An old faded wanted poster hangs on the wall. Can we take it? No. See if we have any notes. No, we have no new notes. You are useless, Mary. Useless, I say. Okay, let's see. Where do we want to go first? I guess this way. Or this way. This small plaque above the door reads McGee. So that's the constable's house, I see. This is Crim's front door. The guy who was nervous a night ago. The small plaque above the door reads McBee. Ah, so these are the people whose children died. Well, I kind of want to... Let's see. Do I have time? I think I do. Knock on the door. Voice inside says, "Come in." Hi, are you the McBees?
Aye, we are. Who are you?
I am Ben Jordan. We spoke on the phone, remember?
Of course. Please do come in, Mr. Jordan.
You'll excuse us if we aren't very hospitable at the moment, but I'm sure you'll understand the reason why. Yes, and my deepest sympathies to you both. I promise you that I'll do the best I can to get to the bottom of this. Let's take a look around. A large bookshelf hangs over the sofa. It seems to contain some kind of encyclopedia set, but it doesn't look like any you're familiar with. Nope, can't steal the books. It's Adam McBee. He looks depressed. Ellen McBee sits in the easy chair looking miserable. A portrait of a pale, bald man hangs above the fireplace. Something about it makes you uneasy, though you can't put your finger on exactly what. You really don't want to touch the painting. Okay. A small photo on the mantel shows the McBees on vacation somewhere. No children? No? Okay, weirdos. It's a small blue bottle. It adds a nice touch to the room. Now, let's talk to you about your dead children. Could I ask you folks some questions?
Aye, that's what you're here for, isn't it?
Tell me about yourselves. Oh, wow. Dead on.
My name is Adam McBee, and this is my wife, Ellen.
How do you do?
We're just normal residents of Smailhom. I work at a bank in a nearby town.
And I stay home with the children. Oh, I'm sorry. About what?
Our children were murdered, dear.
I'm sorry. I suppose the truth hasn't really sunk in yet. Jeez, I feel terrible.
It's all right, Mr. Jordan. It's a difficult situation for all of us.
Well, that was sufficiently awkward. Now, tell us about the murders.
Oh, my poor babies! There, Ellen. It's all right. Well, a couple of nights ago, I awoke in the middle of the night. I had a feeling something wasn't right, so I got out of bed and checked on our daughters. You can imagine my surprise when I found they weren't in their room. The next morning, Constable McGee came to us with the horrible news.
Tell me about your daughters.
Their names were Jessica and Julia. Jessica was 7 and Julia was 5. They were the 2 most beautiful girls you ever saw. We loved them so much. It's so difficult to believe they're gone. We buried them in the church graveyard. They always loved going to church.
Do you have any idea who could have done this?
Witches! Alright, that's easy. It was witches!
Okay, well, we'll have to talk about witches and Smailhom and their weird painting some other time. Goodbye.